Hi everyone, welcome back to Inside the Ropes. Gary Cassidy here, and I'm joined by two of the biggest stars in NXT UK, and you'd probably say in WWE overall as well. It's NXT UK Women's Champion Kay Lee Ray, forever champion I think is a term we might get to in a bit, and a star that I can't believe he's finally in WWE. It seems like it's long overdue. Rampage Brown, how's it going, guys?
Yep, spot on. Thanks, man.
Good, pal. Thank you very much.
No, thank you for joining me. So I feel like I need to start with Kay Lee Ray, purely because I had a little interview recently with a certain Shawn Michaels, and he had some very, very high praise for Kay Lee Ray. I mean, he's not the only one. Even last night on Twitter, Rhea Ripley was going off about, how she thinks that if Kay Lee Ray went to America, she'd take over the place, which must be great to hear. But yeah, Shawn Michaels, he's saying you're the best kept secret. Not sure how much of a secret it is anymore, but he's saying you're the best kept secret, and if you ever chose to come to America, you could emulate Drew McIntyre. What's it like hearing that for, a legend like Shawn Michaels?
Do you know what it is? It's incredible to hear something about that said about yourself from MD, never mind someone like Shawn Michaels and someone that I respect as much as Rhea Ripley as well. It's nice to know that that's what they think, but it's nice to know that they also have very nice taste as well. Of course they support the Forever Champion. Who doesn't support the Forever Champion?
That's very true. The one wee follow-up I need to ask to that, he did say if you were ever moved to America, I know you're planning on holding that belt forever, but is that something that's in your vision maybe in the future, or are you currently thinking, maybe I should just go over to America and see how I do over there?
I always have the best time when I go to the States, whether it's been for independent promotions or I've been over at War Games. It is a dream and an aspiration of mine to go to the States at some point, but I feel like I've got a very big responsibility here, and I'm quite happy being forever champion for it.
Definitely. Either way, I can't wait to see what happens. Rampage, going to move to you. I'm going to circle back to you joining WWE in a bit, but I think I need to start with two wee questions about a recent match you had against Walter. So for me, there was a slight annoyance because I watched that match and I was like, why is this match being lost in amongst, Walter facing Ciampa, a load of other amazing matches that took place that week? But the thing that really stood out for me, the difficulty that there must be in having that match in a place where there's no fans. What was it like for you? Were you, going through that match going, I wish there was fan adrenaline to get through? Or was it just like, I need to get it done and prove a point that you can have this amazing match no matter what circumstances there is? And just be sure wrestling's always there in these matches.
I think, there's always going to be. It's always going to be easier when there's fans there. Obviously, the adrenaline and all that kind of stuff. But when you're standing across from Walter, you realise you fall into fight or flight mode. So it's once you take that first shot, once you take that first bit of impact, it's game on from then on. So just forget about everything, and it's just me and him, and just surviving, and just and not even surviving, just letting him know I'm there as well.
Definitely. And I want to ask about aftermath of a match like that, because like you say, when there's a crowd there, there's adrenaline. After the match, you I wouldn't say that what is going to happen in terms of how the crowd's going to react and stuff like that. After a match like that, what is it like when you finish that match and it's only your peers and, Shawn Michaels and Johnny Saint? Do you have any memory of afterwards? Did anyone say anything in particular to you about that match?
After that match, I just went to the locker room and hid away. Obviously everybody was really happy with the match and high on the belt and stuff like that. But
I was cheering for you. I know it was the longest reigning as well, but I'd be lying if I said I wasn't ready for a Rampage match. I thought it was that. I thought you had it.
I was a bit gutted with the outcome, and one of those things. But hopefully we get to do it again, and there will be crowds there, and we can, get even more mileage out of it.
Yeah, and if the one blip on a record is Walter, I think you're doing okay. I think that's not a bad blip on a record to have, yeah. So I'm going to jump back to Kay Lee. We've kind of spoke a few times, and the names always come up it's always Becky Lynch, it's always Bayley, it's always these dream matches. And it always happens that these graphics that the likes of BT Sport put out, current champions, I mean, you're always there. Like, the other names seem to change, but it seems like Kaylee Ray's been on that for a little while. You know, Sasha Banks has been quite open about wanting a match with you as well. A lot of people seem to want to face Kaylee Ray. I want to ask, we see a lot of those little snippets that happen on Twitter. Have you had any advice, or have any of them come to you for advice about anything? And have you had any conversations with the likes of Sasha, Bayley, Becky over the past year or so?
Well, that would be giving the game away, wouldn't it? Like, I have been thinking about something recently though, and I've went through pretty much all the horsewomen, and I know I would love to wrestle every single one of them individually. But when you look at the current champions right now, I would be lying if I didn't say my dream match right now would be the NXT UK Women's Champion Kaylee Ray, the NXT Champion Raquel. We've got Bianca Belair, we've got Rhea. Let's put the four of us against the four horsewomen. Like, I think that would be amazing. Like, and I'm probably stretching a bit here, but put us in war games to do what we like, but just let it go. Like,
that would be something. That's definitely something I would love to see. Rampage, I mentioned earlier about how it's definitely long overdue that you're in WWE. You know, people like me, anyone who's watched any wrestling in the UK was familiar with you long before WWE. I think you're making people who might not have been familiar with you know exactly who Rampage is. You know, that word just explains your full first run here. You know, it is long overdue. You've came in hot. That's brilliant. So maybe waiting was good. But I want to ask, was there ever any discussion beforehand about you joining WWE? Did it ever get to a very close point of you joining and then maybe just didn't happen for whatever reason? Or is this just a kind of clean, oh wait, it's finally happened?
So right at the beginning, there was contact there. At the time, I had other things going on, things like that. So, and then there was a couple in throughout the years. There's been one or two, conversations. But the time, everything just lined up. I was completely free at the time. I got a phone call, and I was like, you know what? It's only a matter of time. I always knew it was only a matter of time until I was here. So. Everything just lined up. I was like, let's go, let's do this.
Definitely, and I feel like it's the same with Kaylee. Well, you both joined after being very well established, so maybe it's worth the wait, because then you just come in being absolutely ready for everything. So
we did follow kind of similar paths, didn't we? We always met each other along the way. So.
The one place that I feel like I need to jump to, we've spoken a lot about you guys, but we need to ask about the other people in NXT UK right now. Meiko Satomura joining, Kaylee, you know her very well. I need to ask, just what does she bring to a brand like NXT UK?
Everything. She brings everything to NXT UK. I've seen the girls, like, they're in awe of her. Like, everything that she says, everything that she does, they're picking up everything, they're learning everything, and this division is going to get stronger. I've said since I've been champion, I can see a hunger in the girls' eyes, and it's scary because she's feeding that and she's making them better, and our division is going to be so strong. It is so strong already, but it's just growing, and these girls are like, they're seeing the potential that can happen here, and they're taking it and they're running with it, and Meiko's only feeling that fire here. So
yeah, and Rampage, for you, I mean, you're on a similar scale as Meiko because you've just came into the brand. I need to ask, one would immediately think that Rampage walks into a locker room and people just take notice and you're the veteran and a locker room leader. Has anyone came up to you in particular that you've been like, I'm pretty impressed with the way they've handled themselves and, coming up to me, welcoming me into the brand?
Everybody's been, I mean, again, over the years and things, I've got relationships with everybody coming in pretty much. So, it's literally just like walking into any locker room over the years. It's just, familiar faces and friends, and the respects, people, they've, open arms, basically. They've allowed me into the locker room. So, there's a few people that I haven't interacted with a lot, like Elia and guys like that. But same thing though, as soon as I've come in, they know what I'm all about. So they've literally been the same way. So it's,
there's always alliances in wrestling. Now they're going to go with their pal, of course they are. Like,
of course. But Yeah, I mean, the respect's there. I mean, and after maybe, you know, it's been a warm welcome. So, yeah. Excellent. We get in the ring and then things change.
Then things change. I've got one final question to put to both of you. You know, you're both, you know, veterans of British wrestling. You've been around a long time. You're both, you know, top of the card in NXT UK. But one of my favourite things about NXT UK returning, you know, being in the BT Sports Studios, it seems like there's a whole new crop of talent coming through, whether it's, you know, people like Pretty Deadly who have been there for a long time, the likes of Aoife Valkyrie. You know, it seems like there's a lot of people just getting a lot of time and really taking that time to impress people. However, you guys are both, you know, veterans. Like I said, you know, backstage people might be coming to you asking for help. Who should we be looking out for? Who's coming to you guys and saying, can I do this better? What can I do here? Who's the person that's really going after, you know, everything to make themselves better?
Oh, very good question.
Thank you.
I've got two in mind. I'm going to go with two just now. And they've got a match coming up. So this could be a really good shout. And the two of them are hungry. And I'm going to go with two girls here. Two of them are hungry. The two of them are fiery. And they could take over this company. And it's Zaya Brookside and Amal. They two right now, I see it. I see when they pass. I see it in training. And I see that drive that they have. And I think we could get some very big things from them too.
Sounds great. Rampage, what about you?
You know, one that's really opening my eyes is Saxon Huxley. He's really there he goes. he's really turning the corner, and he's really kind of like I see a different look in his eyes. So and he's always picking my brain for stuff, and yeah, so I can see good things for him in the future, definitely.
Brilliant. Thank you guys so much. It's been an absolute pleasure chatting with you, and hopefully the rest of your day goes well. Hopefully the rest of your careers go well. Can't wait to see what happens in NXT UK.